Hello and welcome aboard the beautiful and versatile Hurricane SunDeck 2000 OB. This is an outboard deck boat, incredibly wide beam, very deep cockpit, very safe for any family. Let's take a look. We are up here on the forward deck of the Hurricane SunDeck 2000. As you can see, there's a very nice boarding area up here, a lot of room to move around. It's all covered, of course, in that non-skid surface. We've got a flip-down telescoping boarding ladder here. That's going to make it very easy to get on this boat after you've been swimming. No matter how you're anchored, if you're rafted up with somebody else, that just gives you a nice option to get into the boat from the forward part. We've got docking lights up here. Anytime you've been getting an early start, or especially when you're coming home later in the evening, it's really going to make it easier to negotiate, especially if you're pull the boat out onto a trailer, or even if you're going into the marina. Just that nice safety feature, give you that peace of mind when you're coming back home. Take a look here. We've got a very nice sized anchor locker up here. We're in pretty heavy wind right now, so if we just wanted to stay in place while we were shooting this, just pop that in, release the anchor down. You can see how we've molded out these edges here. That's going to keep that anchor line from sliding across the bow, really give you a little bit more control. Nice touches, the pull-up cleats here. That's stainless steel, very beautiful. This particular SunDeck 2000 is configured with an optional fishing package, and what that means is you've got a few little very well thought out fishing accessories, including this forward fishing pedestal seat. As you can see, there's a receptacle mounted into the step there. Of course, this thing pulls out entirely if you don't need it. But if you're out fishing, you can really spin this seat completely around, fight fish anywhere on the boat. When you leave for the evening, you might want to fold that down. That's going to keep the dew off the seat. And of course, if you're underway, it's going to make it quite a bit easier to see if you're moving from one fishing spot to the other. And that actually locks in place, so that's not going to go up while you're driving the boat. We are up in the bow seating area of the Hurricane 2000. Of course, by its very nature, the design of a deck boat is going to carry that beam far forward instead of a typical runabout sport boat where it comes to a point in the bow. This is actually allowing us to have adults on either side very comfortably sitting without their knees banging into each other. But as you can see, beautifully appointed upholstery here. Nice bolster here that really makes it a very comfortable place to sit. Headrest, those beautiful complementary upholstery touches. You can see that there's some recessed cup holders there on either side. Beautiful stainless steel speaker covers. And one thing I wanted to point out before we kept going here is the molded in step on this rail. If you're up at the dock, it makes it so much easier to get on and off of this boat rather than having to step directly onto the top of the gunnel of a boat. Molding it in, of course, you can see the upholstery has actually been designed around that, so it looks like it really belongs there. It's a really great feature. Of course, that non-skid surface as well. Under each one of these lounges up front, we've got an absolutely incredible amount of self-draining storage. It's very easy to take care of. You get all your towels, anything you want to bring along for the day. You can actually move this too if you need to slide in a cooler underneath the seating. It's a great way to get it out of the way though for the day. All the gear you're going to bring along for a full day on the water. We've got some cockpit lighting here. Operate, of course, over at the helm. After dark, it really makes it quite a bit easier to move around this boat. Also got very nice snap-in carpet. That's great because it's coming in pieces. If you needed to take any of this carpeting out to clean it for whatever reason, or if you wanted to take it all out, you're not going to have to manhandle a giant piece of carpet. These come in smaller sections, so you can really just take them out as you need them. And of course, since the all Hurricane deck boats are self-draining cockpits, you can really just hose everything down, wash it all down, get it nice and clean, and it'll just drain right off the side, then replace the carpet, you're ready to go for the next trip. This is an interesting feature. This is an adaptation of the fishing package. Of course, there's a beautiful cushion here that matches the upholstery that we've already got, but that's actually easy to remove. And part of that fishing package we talked about before, very easy access to this live well down here. Of course, you could also use that for bait fish, but there's an automatic aerator in there. Keep that the bait fish fresh and alive and ready to head to the next fishing hole. And if you're keeping your catch that day, just place them in there and they'll be great by the time you get home. Just like all Hurricanes, this boat is really maximized for storage. You get quite a number of people on here. You can also get quite a lot of gear. So every square inch is very valuable in terms of storage. Even under the helm here, under the backrest on the forward part of the helm, there's a nicely finished self-draining area that you could put a cooler, you could put your life jackets in, anything that you're going to bring along. So you're going to bring bottled water, you're going to have other beverages and things like that. Great place to store them, and you know that it's going to be nice and safe and dry since it's going to be self-draining in there as well. And speaking of storage, one of the things you see on the Hurricane SunDeck series is an incredible amount of in-floor storage. We've got some items in here I wanted to show you. That's that hydraulic assisted lift, and very deep, very well finished. Sometimes you'll see boats that have left this area somewhat in a raw state. This is completely glossy and easy to care for. Again, it's self-draining and plenty deep for wakeboards, life jackets, towables, anything like that you're going to bring along for the day. And when you're out for a full day, you want to get an early start and enjoy as much time on the water as possible. Maybe you don't get out on the water as often as you'd like to. Here's a great way to not only extend your boating day, but also perhaps extend your boating season. We've got a walk-through windshield here, and you can see that that's really going to keep the wind out of the cockpit when you get those early starts in the morning and when you get home later in the evening. Especially if you've got kids, you know, they could get a little chilly. You want to keep them comfortable for as long as possible. And as an extra added touch, we've also got this very convenient wind gate here. And so that really, once you close that windshield and shut that wind gate, you can see that that's really going to give you a nice warm cockpit area there and keep everybody comfortable no matter what time of the day. Take a look at the helm here on the 2000. Very nice layout. You can really see these high contrast gauges even in the sunshine. Of course, the SunDeck is going to mean that you've got that full wraparound windshield. The SunDeck Sport series is the one that has the wind screen on one side right over the helm. So this is the full SunDeck windshield. We also got very convenient switch placement here, an adjustable steering wheel. That's going to make it so easy to drive this boat no matter what the position is for the captain. It's really a big difference maker instead of a fixed position wheel. We've got a remote for the stereo, of course the engine trim gauge there, as well as the 12-volt receptacle. That's going to help you charge those cell phones during the course of the day in combination with that Sony stereo, which we'll look at in a second. There's the remote for it there, but you'll be able to play your stereo via Bluetooth. So you want to keep that phone charged, so you're going to have all your music right there all day long. Captain's of course also got a couple of nice cup holders down there, stainless speaker cover. Just really a nice layout here for the helm station. We've got a raised footrest here as well. That's really a nice thing when you are driving this boat. Have that little angle to the footrest, and you're not going to feel like you don't have any place to put your feet. It's just a very comfortable thing. And of course, when we get to the captain's chair here, we've got this flip-up bolster. So when you're bringing the boat in after a long day on the water, you can really have nice visibility. This boat is rated for up to 9 passengers, so if you've got some folks up in the front, you want to be able to see over their heads and safely get back into the marina or onto the trailer. That bolster is really handy. And you can see it's just a beautiful design of the captain's chair there. That open back is really going to give you nice ventilation on those steamy hot days. Again, it's all about extending your boating day, having more fun on the water. Of course, the more comfortable you are, the more fun you're going to have. Speaking of comfort, a great feature on the 2000 is this great enclosed head. As you can see, full fiberglass, very, very solid, very low maintenance. A couple of cup holders there for the lounge back here we'll look at in a second, but take a look at this. Fully lined enclosed head, non-skid surface on the floor there. We've got a freshwater sink, even a rack to hang a towel on. We've got a window there for ventilation, and also of course a porta potty. If you've got kids especially, this is really going to help you get the most out of each trip out onto the water. Even if it's just for changing out of wet clothes in here, getting a little privacy, sometimes that's just what they need. We've also got that stereo that we talked about before. This is an optional Bluetooth stereo, and again, no wires, play your own music through the day. And one of the great things about that is everybody on board who has their phone with them, iPhone, Android, what have you, they can play their own music. Just pair it with the Bluetooth system, and it's a really great sound system on this boat. Let's take a look at the cockpit seating here. You can see it's a beautiful L-shaped lounge here, that really nice upholstery design, really striking, especially out here in the sun. We've taken out the pedestal table here just to show you exactly how much seating, but that beautiful piping, plenty of more storage under each one of these lounges. Again, taking full advantage of every amount of space with that by recessing that speaker in those two stainless cup holders. Really, really beautiful, and it doesn't get in your way. Of course, anybody can sit in any direction there because that area has been somewhat recessed. Cup holders everywhere you look. Of course, this boat is really built for entertaining. Very easy to have a party on this boat. And one of the other comfort features we talked about before was the ability to stay comfortable out on the boat. And one of the ways you can do that is with this expansive bimini top, which we have in the travel position now, but it really affords an incredible amount of shade during the course of the day. One thing that you can remember is that the round steel bimini rails there are very handy, very stable and secure. You set it up when you're ready to get underway, and it's just not going to move around. Also for this year, the protective boot that goes over the top for trailering is going to be made out of the exact same material as the bimini top itself. That means they're going to wear exactly the same way, they're going to be cared for exactly the same way. So that's going to be a really nice feature for 2014. Let's take a look at the transom pass-through here and the rear deck. As you can see, again, it's those molded steps with the non-skid surface. Again, that lighted walkway, going to be very convenient at night. We got a nice grab handle there for when you're coming up out of the water. We've got the telescoping ladder like we had on the bow deck. We've got one back here, and that stainless grab handle is really going to be nice to pull yourself up out of the water. This boat is configured with a 200 horsepower Yamaha outboard, as you can see. Nice power match on this boat, by the way. And also for anybody hanging out in the water back here, we've got a nice sized self-draining cooler. Pack that with ice and drinks right there, and if you're just hanging out swimming around, it's very convenient. You don't even have to get back up in the boat. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this look at the incredible SunDeck 2000 outboard. Such great features on this boat. Remember those optional fishing features that we have, that pedestal chair, the live well, and so many comforts designed to help you extend your boating day and extend your boating season. Until next time, this is Captain Steve.